are, so I'm just gonna go ahead get this started. If there's any questions, anything like that.
Yeah, I have a question. So what the fuck is going on here? That's my question.
Yeah. So,
What is this?
welcome to the press conference. um, no, we're just kind of trying to figure out. Like, I'm just trying to gain some information, try and get some intel on. Where the community's at and what their thoughts are on us doing something, and see where that stands, and kind of get some info on that. Really,
I mean,
It's
look
not
at the
going to
fucking
shut down, is it?
look at the fucking randoms you got in this call, and that'll answer that question.
What's that?
Look at the list of randoms that joined this call, and the question you just asked will be answered.
Well, I don't.
Yo, J-Hall, let me get that moderation rank. I'll be a pretty good moderator.
So
All right, let's start with this, huh?
On anything we're
Let's start with this question, John. Where have you been?
I've been working
the past 4 years.
I've been working.
What are you doing?
I've been working on a lot of anti-cheat related stuff, machine learning related, and
It wasn't touching any more kids, right?
Hey.
Sorry, I had to ask it.
Nice.
Yeah, don't bother. This shit's dead. Give up.
Hey, don't listen to these little fucking.
Yeah, give up, bro. This shit's dead.
Can you mute people in this?
Oh yeah, you can.
Yo, remove that Nick kid.
So, John, do you actually have plans of making a server, bro? What is the word here? This Koei HQ thing, what is it?
What are you willing to tell us today, John? Can't leave us with nothing.
What's that?
What are you willing to tell us today?
Well, there's a lot of anti-cheat stuff. I'm not gonna look as far as the server.
Dude, fuck anti-cheat. We want a server to play.
I don't know where.
Get this show on the road.
That stands. All I know is that our anti-cheat stuff that I've been working on works pretty much. It applies to any, any game, any client, anything. So it's been in the works for a long time.
Are you going to be creating a server?
There's a possibility. I mean,
what is Koei HQ?
Well, it's a possible server, maybe.
Depending on what?
John, it's been 6 months, bro.
It's been 6 months.
I'm gonna be honest. This was kind of like the way that this started. This was more. I was
You got muted.
What?
Good riddance.
Rip that dumb random.
Good riddance.
That gorilla.
Alright, Dale, you're next. Yo, Dale.
What?
Bald.
You're mad ugly fool.
Alterman Industries win.
I don't know. I was, like I said, this was I was trolling the other day. I was testing out the voice chat, and I said on there that I was joking around. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll have a White House press conference tomorrow, and then so fucking people held me to it, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll come here. So honestly, that's what this is. As far as
all right, John.
Huh?
I just said, all right. Because
So
listen, bro.
I mean, there's a possibility. Literally, there really is the possibility.
I think that's why everyone is here. They want to know if you're making a server or not.
How much
no
of a
one gives a
possibility
fuck
is
about
it,
this
John?
anti-cheat or anything.
We want a fucking server to play on.
Listen, you're the guy who made this a thing. You gotta be the guy to end this shit. Are you making the server or not, bro?
Man,
Yeah, I want to yes or no. I don't want to maybe it's in the works.
All right.
Are you actually gonna do this or not?
It's not gonna be a maybe. It's not gonna be a yes or it's not gonna be no. I'm gonna give you an actual answer.
Yes or no, my nigga.
That would be great.
All right. So, if there is going to be enough support for something like this, and it's clear and it's visible, and I can tell that like it's not going to be a waste of my time, then I will, I'll start getting the resources together, and I'll see what we can make happen. I've already, there's been, because there was a time where I was like, okay, yeah, I am going to do something, and so there's a lot of stuff already done. I mean, there's a lot of stuff already done. It really is. But as far as like, there's still some people that need to be brought in on the development side. There's a lot of stuff that.
Is there anything the players need to do or no?
Any kind of, whatever you guys can do to try and get some, just to make it clear that it is something that people want to actually have come back, because like that's kind of what it is. It's mixed signals. You get some people that are
people
like,
without a doubt want to come
So
back.
it just depends if it's worth your time or not, basically.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
So
I mean,
like
Viper is getting 2K players out of the world. Faithful, I don't know anything about them nowadays, but they were shit back in the day.
Faithful's full thing. Yeah, we can't.
Whatever, but they're still making money, and that obviously is all that matters, right? So there's still HCF player base, and I truly believe that HCF could grow even more than once it was at its most popular. It really is something that like a lot of people just don't even know exists because it never got to its full potential. So, I think right now with the community, there is still people playing. Like Viper's getting 2K players out of the world.
Sure.
Which is a lot of people.
I'm curious too about some of the, like your kind of like you and Alex and those kinds of people and the people that were around earlier. Obviously, there's not going to be everybody, right? Like we know that.
Yeah.
But
the ones of us that are still here will play.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis who also want to play. A lot of names that you'll remember that used to play on MineHQ.
Yeah, I mean we still came in contact with almost everyone.
Like you said, it's not gonna be all the people that you're used to seeing. But there's still a lot of people that want to play. I mean, we played a couple maps of Luna. The last 3 maps I think we played. I mean, it wasn't very good, but it just shows that there's still interest in the game mode.
How'd that go?
I mean, it was fun, but again, the experience wasn't the best. But it was nice to play. It was nice to play with a group of 30 people that you're friends with again. But put it this way: the longer that you wait to do this, the harder it's going to be for you to build a community.
Yeah,
I think that goes without saying.
It's been like 3 years, so it's like.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
I really think this could be bigger than what the community is right now. Like, I don't know if you know what Rust is. Obviously, it's been blowing up recently. Rust is literally Minecraft factions, but more realistic. Like, I really think and like half of the streamers that like most popular Fortnite streamers, Rust, anything, came from our community. And I really think it's a possibility that streamers could be like, yo, what the fuck is this? Try it out, and it could blow up. Even if that doesn't happen, which I really think it could, there's still a strong community left that could be rebuilt. So that's just a possibility.
Yeah, like all the old like people that made like a lot of money on other esports games, they came from the HCF community.
Yeah.
Every single, like probably 75% of them did. Play like UHC, Minecraft, HCF, Kohi, all that shit.
iPixel still has fucking 50K players right now. Let's not just forget about that. That's a whole ass
they
market.
get like 100K players daily.
That's a whole market if you move to 1.8, but
okay, so let's get I'll get a small group of people, small group chat of people that are interested, and we can actually, like, I want to ideally, it's like you guys got to understand that the MineHQ is, I'm not going to say it was a one-man operation, but it was a small group of people at the very top of it, the core of my team, that are working, to protect and create a server for tens of thousands of people every map, and so it's very difficult when it's that small group, and it's like, to be honest, like there are the people that sometimes when it's our players coming out our necks, it's like, dude, we're fucking, like, we didn't do this. We're not doing this to make money like, your faithfuls and whatnot that are out there, right? we have the highest standards. We're held to the highest standard. We make the least amount of money out of all those servers, and we're the ones getting bitched at.
Dude,
like, so if people
I
don't
don't
see our
know.
perspective, that we were, you know, there's a difference in the reason that we did it versus why anybody else does it. And that's why, you know, part of the reason I'm like, okay, you guys want to talk shit about me, I'll just step away from this. You guys have fun with whatever servers there are going to be.
Yeah.
That's on you guys, right? And it's like nobody else is going to do it for the same reasons.
Yeah, I don't know why this community is so fucking retarded. I mean, I can understand why it was back then. We were all I was like 14, 15. Now I'm 19. So, you know, I really think if there's someone like a community figure that could just really handle all this shit, because like really why are there so many hackers and shit? Not as in hackers as in like cheaters, but people that are truly like hacking people. Why is this shit happening in the Minecraft community? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
I play Fortnite with 100 times
worse in any other game, any other community, I think.
Bro, I play Fortnite with 1,000,000 times bigger player base, and this shit does not happen ever.
Right.
And you know, there's still younger kids playing on this like they were back in the day. So it just makes no sense. I don't know if there needs to be like a community figure that just needs to fucking handle all this shit, just be cool with everyone and really try to, you know, help people, because these people are not fucking right in the head if they're doing this shit. It's just not cool. It's not fun. It's just why, you know?
Right.
Why are you doing this? We're all trying to fucking play Minecraft and have fun, and you're just ruining it for everyone. Someone needs to talk to these people and really get to both sides of like why you're doing this. And you know what? I feel like that's what needs to happen, like some fucking therapy type shit, because either way, if there's no communication going on, nothing's gonna get done.
Right. No, I'm with you. I agree on that.
I think like the concern is like people will play whatever's out at the time, and they don't care what it is, but they'll always have a reason to complain about something. Like it's just like it's just a matter of like, is it worth like the bitching and like all the time put in just for people to like cry and to complain? It's like, okay, let's go play your shit servers.
If you have someone that can handle this shit, a good community figure that can take care of this, you know, then make the people happy. Like you know, you won't even hear the bitching. You'll go to them and they can handle that shit. And the people, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm trying to say though.
Like latest, I feel like John just got bitched at map 17 for no reason, and he wasn't even like, he was like stepping away from him a little bit. It was just his team, and then just people cried at him like, "You're retarded. This is shit. Like shit server." And it's like give me the best experience. There needs to just be
someone who can handle all that. Like there needs to be someone who's literally meant for all that shit to go to.
That stuff is all fine. I've always done that, and I can, you know, as far as the maps, like I wasn't here for map 17, so I'll say that generally speaking, each teams has not had a dead map. 17 might have been. That was the only one that I wasn't there for. So I can't, you know, I'm not gonna blame anybody. It's just incredibly hard, right? Like doing this stuff is incredibly hard. Even, you know, when you have, you know, like many people do, like all of our code, or they're running our plugins, or you know, whatever. And I'm not talking about any specific server. There's a bunch of them that are running our stuff. I think pretty much everybody is at this point. And it's like very few people can do it well, and certainly I don't think anybody can pull it off in terms of actual hardcore.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, all these people talking shit are gonna be the same people who are buying your ranks and playing on the server when it comes out.
Exactly. That's the funny part. The people that talking about shit have high roller, paying for dinner. Nice, like go crazy.
So you know what? If you should just ignore them and at least try it. You don't know the opportunity you're missing. You know, I mean, you've done this shit for so long. I'm sure it's not, like you said, you already have a lot of it planned. It's not gonna be too hard for you to just try it again. And you know what? If it doesn't go well, whatever, you tried at least. If it does, you know what? This might be an opportunity that you never know could happen from it.
Right.
Because people still are making well livings off of this game. Well livings. Like, I don't know anything about how the money is these days, but I heard off a Twitter tweet that I Make MC Vids, a YouTuber that doesn't get that much views, was getting paid $5K a month by Killer MC you know, and that's a not so good server making that much, being able to just pay a YouTuber alone that much money, and you know that's a fucking more than enough living a month, dude. That's just from what I've seen. I literally don't know anything else about contracts or anything these days, but that's insane to me.
That's a cool thing about like MineHQ though. It was never like about the money, like paying people to do this. Like people did it willingly, and I think that's what made it like the best, because there was no, you didn't pay people off to play the server. Everyone willingly wanted to play, and the people that were complaining, they got like dealt with. People didn't like them. They were just like outcasts in the community. And like I don't know. I mean, you related to you said like when you were 14, 15, like you were a toxic kid, like you were like kind of like an idiot. So as we all are, but like that's a lot of the community base now, like younger kids like that come from like practice, like doing like softcore HF to like make a transition, and like they're just a bunch of idiots and they say a lot of shit they like don't mean, and I don't know, it's just really toxic. But at the end of the day, like John, a lot of people say this, like they just want to serve, but like I like genuinely mean that, because like on like Lunar, like any other server, like the one thing that ruins it is like the lack of infrastructure, like on a team. Like it goes for every server, like some staff like ruin experience for people. Like the gameplay is kind of shit, like they don't put a lot of time into it. But MineHQ's always done that, and people never complained about the way like MineHQ was performance wise. It was always the best. They might complain about like the gameplay, but like at the end of the day, it was always the best experience, regardless of what map it was.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep that in mind. Look, I don't mind, right, putting in the time, the effort. It's just like I don't want to.
You don't want to waste all your time.
Well, yeah, I don't want to waste so much time, but I also don't. You know, I'm gonna limit the kinds of people that can even come onto this server, right? It'll probably be an invitation only type deal.
Really?
Something along that lines, because it allows us to limit who comes in. It allows us to see who's inviting the cheaters. It allows us to see those kinds of things. And so it's like, if you're cheating, just to understand, this is not any other server. If you get banned, you're fucking banned. You're done. So if you
that's always how MineHQ was.
Is really worth it for you to never play on here again for at least 2 years, then fuck it, man. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's like one of the things, like if the idiots aren't coming on the server, like people are really gonna like care about, okay, like I might be like inviting like an idiot on the server. Like, do I really want to invite somebody that's just gonna like fuck around and just do literally nothing except be an idiot in chat and just like be toxic and just make the experience for everyone AIDS.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
So people like try to start like treating it with like real respect, and like, okay, like I'm playing this server, like I'm gonna like just have like civil actions. I'm not gonna just like call people in chat, like be a retard, like but be very toxic. I think there'd be like a better like player base. It'd be more mature, and the younger kids wouldn't be like you're a fucking idiot, you're a retard. Like nobody will do that anymore. I think it'll be like a lot more structured. I don't know.
I think you, bro. The server could. Minecraft, I feel like still has the opportunity to blow up. I don't know when, but as soon as one big streamer picks it up, like the rest will follow. Just like Rust, it's literally the same concept, except like it's just so simple and fun. That's what makes it amazing, and I feel like it's very, very fun to watch. I mean, people are still playing HCF, getting viewer base now. So I feel like if some big prop picks it up, like this could really just change everything. But you know, until then, just naturally growing is still a possibility. Especially you said with the private thing, if it was private, like that would make it even more interesting to watch, because it's not gonna be just a bunch of people just fighting all day. It's gonna really build a community with like storyline and all that shit. That'd be actually insane. I never thought about that ever, actually.
So yeah, that'll help keep it clean too, and whatnot. So
you have the Potter, so you almost have 1 million subscribers. You get to give views to popularize the server. Yeah, I would definitely. I'd probably, if I'm having fun on whatever I have fun on, I'm making content on. So I mean, that is speaking on me. But I'm talking about Twitch streamers that have even more influence than me on what game is popular. I could help, but definitely not as much as those guys that could possibly get into it.
Like Booga and like all like Bucky FPS, like Fortnite pros and shit. Like they got asked on stream like about like Minecraft questions, and like they would bring up like Kohi and MineHQ. They'd talk about it. They've tweeted about it before. Like they're all like very close knit still in that community. Like they definitely talk about it off camera. Like they would love to play that kind of like server again. I don't doubt it. Like lots of big people would definitely play it, John. Like it never went away. Like that experience was like always good for those people. So they talk about it.
Remember that the internet, streaming, YouTube in general was not as big it was back then than it is today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, also the thing about it is like all those like games, like competitive esports, it's all like fast combat scenarios, and that's literally what HTF is. Like it's Rust. Like people want to see like action. They want to see like a storyline. They want to see like something like entertaining all the time. That's what HTF's always been. Like people fighting, like the best faction, the best whatever, like getting that like glory. I don't know, shit like that. So people definitely watch it regardless. Back then, now, even more now, especially we're in a pandemic still. I don't know how much for longer, but hopefully not for long. But everyone's still at home. It's global. Everyone's home. It's not just one country, one person, one group of people. Everybody's able to get on the computer. It's more accessible, and I don't know. I feel like it's better to do it now, with all the resources. Like everyone's like team would be back. Like your team would probably be here. They'd be able to work on it a lot of the time, and everyone would be able to play it. It'd be very receptive, and a lot of people would be put of time into it. And then when the pandemic is over, you already have a strong product that mimics old MineHQ, and people play it.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'll do here, from here, I'm just gonna end up making a private chat with the group of people, and then we can invite people into that after. That's gonna be maybe an hour or so after the chat. So if you don't get invited, don't worry. But yeah, I think from here, that's what we're gonna do, and then we'll start. Sorry, I'm getting spammed right now. But yeah, sorry. From there, we will. Sorry, I'm starting to fucking sound like Joe Biden right now. My bad, guys. God damn, that was. Ooh. Yeah, from there we'll end up making a chat, and then we'll start getting people together and try and figure out where to go from there. There's a lot already done. There's a lot.
Sounds good. Hey, but John, listen, clock is ticking on this one. It's important to remember, I'm an old ass man now. You know, I've started losing my hair. My hairline's fucked.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's rough. And listen, I'm building a career. I don't know how much time I have left for these kiddie games. You know, I don't want to be sat playing Minecraft when I'm completely bald, because I'm going to be a grown ass man then. So we got to get this show on the road.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right.
I'm not going bald, but I agree with that.
Well, you two, I'll add you guys when I end up making that chat in an hour.
Cool beans, brother.
Add you, Alex, and Latency.
John, what would you say like your like biggest concern for in the instance like you make the server? What's your biggest concern that the community will do, like, or like just say any like kind of like worry that you have that's like stopping you right now?
No, not particularly. I think it's just I think what's annoying is when you put in a large amount of work, and it's just, I think it's just like, it's a general fucking respect thing. I think it's like, in terms of, you know, you get on and you talk shit about the server. It's like, okay, nice.
I mean, the problem about that is like,
I don't care. Like you know, believe me, I've run MineHQ for a long time. There's been a lot of that, and I never, you know, really had a problem with it. It's just, it's annoying more than anything, especially when it's like, you know, our motivations for doing what we do versus what other people do. Our motivations are much different. So people have a place to play, and they have like an actual good server, and they have a good staff team that they can rely on and trust.
Someone in the chat has a good point that if it's an invitational server, there will literally be barely, if any, of that
toxicity and that kind of shit. Yeah, exactly. So that's what, you know, what I'm looking at, and so we'll.
I mean, I feel like there's recently. Are you still speaking, John, or can I say something?
I'll go for it, and this is gonna be the last thing.
Okay, so like, I think the one thing is like the reason why people are so toxic and they have the ability to be so is like on any given like HF server, like you can just like hop on a VPN all, like it doesn't matter. You can keep talking shit regardless. Like you just get back on the server.
Be able to do that, obviously, yeah.
So there's no repercussion for like being an idiot. And with that invitation system, like I feel like there'd be zero, like to little no toxicity, because people would just like, if you have a zero give a fuck atmosphere.
If you just never want to play on the server again, you're not going to come back on it. Sure.
Exactly.
We don't.
And like the core infrastructure people, they'll never do that. Only the idiots and the idiots will do that.
I think that most people are pretty, at least when it's towards our server staff, like at least my staff team, like for the most part, I don't think many people could say that the MineHQ staff team was incompetent. And yeah, I think that if we have a general understanding, if people have a general understanding and kind of consensus that, like, you know, if I do something stupid, I'm not going to be able to come back. If they understand that, and it's like most players understand that the motivation behind the server as well, like why we do what we do, then I don't think we're going to have much of a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, even if we did.
I think there'd be no problems. Like, if you have a zero give a fuck mentality, if you're gonna come on my server and disrespect my server when it's an invite only, and I can choose who's on this server, nobody would even fucking say shit. I mean, obviously people can like talk shit to each other in game, but they would never have any form of disrespect towards the server, for the staff. It'd be a very like tight run. I don't know, something like that.
Yep.
Yo, Jhalt.
Yep.
Let's say you put the server up. Is there a world where you convince Alex to come back?
Whoa, asking a
Big
real
question. That's a real question.
Yeah, nice one.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, make that priority.
It's gonna hold them up to gunpoint.
That's gonna be it. I'll take. Well, no, actually, I won't, because it's gonna be something stupid. But I will catch you guys another time. I don't.
Yeah, no. Mute. I'm mute mini.
All right, guys.
All right, peace out.
I'll make that group chat.
See ya.
See ya, Namu.
Talking about.
See you, John.
Goodbye, bones.